Welcome to the Saturday Drop-In podcast.
Hey.
We're back.
Yes, we are.
Well, you don't sound like Tom.
I'm not.
Who
no.
are you?
It's Ben.
It's Ben.
It's Ben. It's Ben, the outside broadcast studio technician.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who stands in a field holding a Wi-Fi router desperately above his head in an attempt to get a signal so we can broadcast from, a field in doors. Yeah, I like that one a lot. I generally end up standing and reaching desperately to the sky for internet connection. But, I'm here. I'm that guy. You see me floating about. Generally, I've got sunglasses and zip ties and duct tape and everything stuck in my various cargo shorts.
Very much. Yeah, the cargo shorts are a classic for a good outside broadcast on Hospital Radio.
You need practical storage for things whilst you're running around desperately trying to go, I hope it all works.
Yeah, exactly. We need to do a broadcast at some point.
Well, I think
for Hospital Radio.
Yeah. We'll have one coming up.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. Summer, when the sun comes out, we come out. It's out kind of. I come out of hibernation. I'm sort of like an inverse Michael Bublé. Michael Bublé gets defrosted in December. I get defrosted in sort of like April time. I start sort of like coming out of my cupboard. So yeah.
No, that's very true. So throughout this show, we don't have a guest, unfortunately.
No.
But that means we get to chat to you a bit more.
Yeah.
So we did Guess the Year.
Mm-hmm.
We did This or That.
We did.
Beat Detective.
Yep.
We did the standard 3.
Oh yeah.
We quickly talked about skinny Easter eggs.
We did Egggate.
Egggate.
Long egg.
Long egg.
Long egg is a problem.
We'll find out more just now.
Yeah.
And what a way to start Saturday afternoons. It is coming up to 5 past midday, and it's the Saturday drop-in. Tom's not here, so I needed someone with a little bit more music knowledge. Shall I say?
Shall I say?
Shall I say? Not shall I say.
No, not shall I say.
You can tell it's still early for me. But we have someone else who you might not hear as often because he is the one holding the router when we are outside broadcasting. It's Mr. Hanby. How are we?
Yeah, not too bad. Thank you very much for having me on today.
It's all right. I'll let you off.
Yeah.
You were forced in, let's be real.
Well, yeah, kind of. My arm was beyond twisted.
But you are an avid listener every week.
Yeah.
You make a point of listening in, even if it's for half the show.
Oh, of course. Well, I have to be involved somehow. I have to make sure everything's working fine, even though it's the actual studio that
I do get the odd message being
Ali works out of. I have to admit, this is all Ali and Tom. I'm the outside broadcast guy. I'm the tall, lanky one standing at the edge of the field with a router, desperately trying to get a Wi-Fi signal. That's where I am.
So everyone knows what Ben's job is. So if you want to lend a hand, you're more than welcome to volunteer whenever you fancy. It is inquiries@hhr.scot.
Yeah.
So, drop in. What we've got up? We've got Guess the Year in about 10 minutes' time.
We do. We've got Guess the Year coming up. We have Beat Detective, the question, coming up later on this afternoon in the second half of the show. We then have a nice little review, and then we've got the answer coming up for it. But the Guess the Year is going to be a good one. I think it's going to stump a couple of people this year. We've got some good clues.
It's going to stump a majority of the audience, shall we say?
But it's got some really good clues. I have to admit, there's going to be some that some people are going to. I think they're going to look at this and get it instantly, and then there's other people who are going to be like, it could be.
Yeah.
A window of like 9 years here.
Exactly. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
And we've got This or That, and I've planned This or That because I asked you to do it, and I haven't heard a response, so I was like, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
so
always
we're
safe.
playing.
If you do it yourself, you know what you've got.
Exactly.
Come on, gotta
so
have backup.
we are playing Pitbull or Bull.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
this is going to be an interesting
Is
one.
it a lyric from a Pitbull song, or is it just some lyric I've just made up?
Oh, wow. Okay. We're getting brave with
We're getting
this or
very,
that.
very brave, yeah. After last week with Foot or Boot.
And the previous week with Dick or Doc. Still gets me, that one. Dictionary or Doctor. Wow, that was a whole other...
That was an enjoyable experience, I believe.
It was funny. It was very good
enjoyed
listening.
it.
I enjoyed it. It was good to listen to, but it was one of those moments where you were like, holy moly, Shannon's going to have to try and say some words that she's not too sure on here.
I gave myself a 7 out of 10, which is a pass in my...
You did well.
I did all right.
Give it a good try.
Exactly. But just remember the Saturday drop-in. It's also your drop-in as well. Make sure you get in touch on Facebook, Instagram, BlueSky. It's Highland Hospital Radio on Facebook and Instagram, Highland H Radio on BlueSky. The email to message in a request is studio@hhr.scot. Or if you want to pop in and say hello, Zone 5. We're around the corner from the stained glass. Come find us.
We do. We have a banner and everything. Doors are
There
open.
is.
We're sitting here ready to go.
Exactly. And everyone's going to look and be like, the young people are in, run away.
They'll
But
be
don't
like,
worry.
That other guy shaved his beard. There's no stripe in it anymore. Hair on the top of his head now.
You best watch it. We'll move on before we get a message from the man himself. We've got Annie Lennox up now. Something So Right. It's a good song.
Good song.
Wasn't that nice?
Yeah.
Wasn't that nice?
This is what I love about the Saturday drop-in is that there's always such a shift in musical genres. Like we went we went right the way from MC Hammer to a very, very lovely, chilled out, smooth bit of Annie Lennox there.
I remember doing Live at 8 at one point, and I had to go in from Patsy Cline to AC/DC.
Yeah.
I feel like that should be a game, is like how you're meant to fill in a link between the two songs.
The wildest swing you can possibly get in musical genres.
But it's got to sound professional, obviously. You can't just be like this and this. You've got to like chat in between, you know what I mean?
You've got to ramp into it.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
So, something's happening tomorrow that we're not a part of, but is a big thing in Inverness.
It is, yes. We have the Loch Ness Etape comes on tomorrow. So I know that the starting village, I think they've called it, is up and active today outside of Eden Court. And you can go down, and there's a couple of little vendors there. So if you're out and about today and you've got a little bit of time to kill, you could have a little wander down, see what's going on, check out the buzz, the hype in the little village.
There's definitely a vendor somewhere there, a little food vendor, a little van.
I think there's a fair few.
They're usually on the Ness Walk normally, aren't they? So like, I think Ollipops would be there. I don't think they are, but like
I know there's a couple of ones down there today. I think tomorrow might be a little bit busier because obviously the actual Etape itself is tomorrow morning.
Yes.
But you can head on down today. You can have a little chat. You can see what the buzz is all about and just have a bit of fun in the Highlands. It's a nice day. You can go for a little wander if you're out by the riverside.
Yeah, don't drive because everywhere's going to be blocked off and stuff like that. So you've got everything up from sort of everywhere. The Infirmary Bridge is obviously going to be closed.
Yep.
That's a big one.
All the way down.
Basically, all that sort of.
It's the sort of the
river
Bucht,
road.
Yeah.
All the Bucht area.
It's that side
be
of town.
Careful where you're driving and things like that. But most places are still going to be open. There's loads of parking that will be available as well.
Well, this is it, and like we're saying, it's a nice day. You can go for a wander. You can go for a little cycle yourself if you really fancy. Yeah, and today's probably the day to do it because tomorrow is for the quite highly competitive people because it kicks off from 6 a.m. And it's
they'll be done by sort of like 1 o'clock.
66 miles.
Yeah,
66 miles of cycling.
See, you're a cyclist. You do your cycling, not for a while.
No,
but you've done.
I used to. Yeah.
You like your cycling.
I did.
How long would it take you to do 66 miles?
A good 3 days. easy 3 days. No, I like my mountain bike, so it's a little bit different. These, you get people who are really sort of focused for this sort of thing, and it's a gorgeous view. It's a gorgeous road.
Oh, I can imagine the route would be incredible.
I like driving
it. Driving it sounds great because that takes you 20 minutes.
Well, 20 minutes, you'd be going some speed, but it's a nice route. There's really good views, and I know that from people who have done it previously, they've really enjoyed it from the sort of change in scenery you get, the fact there's ups, there's downs, there's hills, and there's a really enjoyable amount of time to sort of take your mind off of the fact that you're cycling 66 miles and your legs are on fire.
Yeah, exactly. And amazing charities get supported as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Which is
people
great.
Get sponsored and they do a
people
load
like the
of fundraising.
hospice and just loads of fundraising. Chaz, I think, are a really big supporter. Well, not supporter, but they are supported by people that do Etape as well. So.
I know there's Macmillan as well. I think they get a fair few sort of people to
So
raise
you're
some
doing
money
this
for them.
next year for Hospital Radio? Go on.
See, that was a big wave of silence.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. What we'll do then is, for everyone who is doing Etape tomorrow, best of luck. It is Guess the Year. Your clues are already on social media just now. It's Highland Hospital Radio on Facebook and Instagram. And all you have to do is, with the facts that we provide, is Guess the Year. This is the first song that came out of this year. It was a chart topper. It was a big introduction of ska music at the time.
And it's a good band as well.
It's a good band as well. We've got Ghost Town, the Specials.
Good bit of ska.
Gotta love a bit of ska as well.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's a little teaser to a bit of ska.
It's one of those things. It's everyone gets involved with the Specials as well. People can love or really dislike certain genres of music, but the Specials, they just stood out.
They really did. But can you guess the year that we are talking about? So this that song was a chart topper from this year. Can you talk about some of the films that came out this year? Because this is a really good one, because you sort of and ahs and which specific films where and all that stuff.
Yeah, so I have a list of films that came out this year from Shannon, but I don't have any of the actual dates, which is quite frustrating for me. But we had Raiders of the Lost Ark come out. So this was a £389.9 million film. Dollar.
So this was the most grossing film of this year.
Yeah.
Well, highest grossing.
This was the highest grossing film. And it was the debut of Indiana Jones with Steven Spielberg and George Lucas writing it. It was an absolutely huge global success. It was absolutely brilliant. Superman 2 came out in this year. $216.4 million. Now, this was a good old Christopher Reeve film, Superman 2. It was still there. You can
we
sort of
think
piece
it was
together.
the second film he was in, because he
yeah.
did it for a few years.
I think he had 4 Supermans.
3 or 4.
He had a few.
This is before our time, can you tell?
Chariots of Fire came out in this year. It was a British-made film that shocked Hollywood by winning Best Picture at the Oscars. Famously, Mr. Bean as well at the 2012 Olympics sat there and played the keyboard for this. He did. He did indeed.
Yep.
He got involved with that. He did. For Your Eyes Only was the latest James Bond film with Roger Moore getting involved. It's always a big one in the UK. Bond films, they always do really well.
Mm-hmm.
So it was up there. The Elephant Man came out as well. Now this didn't come out in this specific. Oh, sorry. The Elephant Man didn't come out in this specific year, but was the top grossing film.
Or one of the top grossing films of this year. See, I'm a bit sneaky. I like to sort of put in.
Which you've really thrown me off with.
It came out in the late of the year before the year that we're guessing.
Holy moly, if that's not confusing enough, then I don't know what is. We're throwing you off the scent here. So that was directed by David Lynch and produced by Mel Brooks. So, yeah.
Another film highlights the Cannonball Run. I think we've talked about this on the show before. I love the Cannonball Run.
You have.
It has Dean Martin and... Is it Nat King Cole? I don't know. It's really funny. It's like the whole race of like doing one side to America to the other side. There's a whole Roger Moore joke in there as well. Like, it's really, really funny. Highly recommended.
Well,
Clash of the Titans came out this year as well.
Oh, now Clash of the Titans was a very special film because this was all stop motion claymation back then.
I have an irrational fear of claymation, like old claymation, you know, where it's like you can see like people's fingerprints and stuff like that in there.
Jason and the Argonauts and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
I'm just like, ooh, no, thank you. No? I've had nightmares of that type of claymation. It's not great.
Dear.
I was fine with Wallace and Gromit though.
Oh, wow. An American Werewolf in London also came out in this year.
We've got to talk about famous people who were born this year, and this one I kind of took away and was like, hang on a second.
Yeah, I can admit, looking at the list of names, that you would sort of double take at this because you've got
Craig David.
You do have Craig David. You've got Catherine Jenkins, who was born. Tom Hiddleston, surprisingly, I would not have ever thought that Tom Hiddleston and Craig David were the same age.
Yeah, no, I couldn't put 2 and 2 together.
I wouldn't correlate that.
Stephen Merchant as well.
The lankiest man in cinema.
Yeah.
He is like the most gangly
Do you
chap
remember
ever.
During COVID he was doing like a promotion about how to keep social distance, and he laid on the floor and he was like, "It's one of me. It's one of me." I was like, oh, that's nice to know, I guess.
I can believe that. In television, Only Fools and Horses premiered on BBC One on the 8th of September. Went on to become one of Britain's most beloved sitcoms.
And still is as well.
Yeah, Postman Pat debuted on the BBC as well. So I don't know if anyone remembers that. Postman Pat's
People still watch
first
Postman
ever.
Pat, Ben.
Yeah, but it was Postman Pat's first time. Come on, it was his
first
first outing.
Do you remember how I introduced you to my nephew?
Yeah.
He used to get funny with new people, but there's a new character on the scene of Postman Pat called Ben, who runs the delivery station. He runs the depot.
Yeah, which
and
threw
you
me
look
off.
like Ben from Postman Pat.
But when I was growing up, there was no Ben from Postman
No,
Pat.
this
So
is
this was a
something I
reference I
learned as
really
well.
didn't get. So
and he loves you.
If anyone else out there knows of Ben from Postman Pat, please feel free to message in. Come on, tell us. Do you think that I am like Ben from Postman Pat? Shannon's posted a lovely picture of me on socials that I'm sure everyone can have a look at. The royal wedding of Charles and Diana happened this year as well.
Yeah,
so that should be a really big clue.
It should be as well. I'll try sports because I did double check just to make sure I can pronounce the names because I do really struggle with it. Apart from Clacknacudden, I'm very good at that now.
I have to say here, there's no names in it, so you've done very well to do that.
Thank you very much. Aberdeen FC, under the relatively new management of Alex Ferguson, finished second in the Scottish Premier Division, a sign of things to come as well. Celtic won the Scottish Premier Division, beating Aberdeen to the title. Rangers have a tough season, finishing third. Celtic Aberdeen again win, so they're third place. And the Scottish Cup was won by Dundee United, their first ever Scottish Cup win, beating Rangers 4-1 in a replay after a 0-0 draw. Some music, some number one hits, because there used to be an incredible show called This Week in Chart History, and we're bringing it back with Guess the Year.
Yeah, we kind of are. We do an homage to it as we go along. So it's we think of the presenter, don't we?
Yeah, we think of him whilst he's on holiday.
It's a hard life for some, isn't it? It's a hard life. In chart history, number ones from this year include Tainted Love by Soft Cell. You have Don't You Want Me by The Human League. Stand and Deliver by Adam and the Ants, but you also have Vienna by Ultravox. Now, famously, this didn't hit number one.
It's such a shame because it should have.
But so many people do think that it was a number one. Everyone listens and they instantly assume, oh yeah, that was a number one.
Of
Ultravox,
course.
Vienna. Unfortunately, it wasn't.
Yeah, and also this year was the rise of new romanticism, and synth pop was in full swing. Bands like Duran Duran, Spandau Ballet, Depeche Modes were emerging. MTV didn't launch until August of this year, so MTV, like the whole like video killed.
Yeah, it was the Buggles was their first thing, but it was that spaceman with a wire to the radio. I remember that. That was like their whole thing, wasn't it?
Exactly, yeah. And Queen released Under Pressure with David Bowie. What an iconic collaboration that was.
So you've had a fair few clues there.
I think it's a handful.
I think that it should be quite obvious to give you a decade to work from, and you can narrow it down from some of these. What we'll do then is we'll play a track just now. We'll give you Stand and Deliver by Adam and the Ants, and then we'll come back in if we've had a couple of guesses.
Exactly. As I said, one of your number ones.
Yeah.
Do you remember Prince Charming with the whole arm thing?
With his toothpaste across his face and everything?
That's the one.
Coming back off our Guess the Year, we had Stand and Deliver by Adam and the Ants, which was a number one in this year. Now, we've already had a couple of guesses, which I'm actually really impressed with.
I know.
We've
we
done
don't
well
normally
today.
get these many responses. It must be like you're famous or something somewhere.
Hey, I'm telling you, like, the life of a broadcast technician behind the scenes on, we get involved with things and everyone knows. So it's the way it works.
Exactly.
So we've already had a couple of guesses. Elaine has messaged in and guessed 1981.
Kerry has also messaged in. It's the year that she left school. It's 1981.
All right.
Whether that was the reason that she was told never to come back for a reunion, or whether she burnt down the science block, is two different things.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, my mum burnt down a science block at school.
That's a situation.
It was an
and a half.
accident.
Yeah.
She hit a tennis ball really hard and hit a Bunsen burner. And
Well, what other guesses have we had, Shannon?
Tom and Laura have already been in. They've got two different answers.
Ooh, okay, here we go.
Tom's got 81.
All right,
Laura's
okay.
got 85.
Okay, we've
See,
got options here
me
now.
and Tom think that like you and Laura speak to each other whilst we're doing the drop-in together. So you can get like...
I think we've both just got quite a good sense of timing, to be honest. Generally, I try and message in every week with an idea of what's going on, but I run off of the initial basis. Generally, I send my idea in after about the third clue.
Okay.
I try
You
and
do,
go
yeah,
pretty
to be
quick
fair, you
with
do.
them.
You're pretty well. But what year did you think it was when we were going through this?
So
without looking at the actual year.
My initial thought when I was reading through the clues was 1980.
Okay.
Because it's that sort of time period. We had a few things in there. Chariots of Fire, I know, was like late 70s, early 80s. So
Okay.
I was working off of that.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's
So
what
the
I'm
year
thinking.
was...
A year was 1981.
I learned how to use the effects recently.
Oh,
well.
right, okay. I did see there was a very excited look on your face there where you were like, go on, say the year.
Yeah, I know, exactly. We also have like this one.
Oh.
No, we don't, because it went into the wrong one.
I was about to say the fader was
totally
down
fine.
there.
It's
So that's,
all right.
wow, it's live radio, folks.
It's no point. It's fine. What I was also going to speak about as well is Easter. Easter happened.
It did.
How was your egg?
I had a really nice Easter egg, thank you very much.
Did you have a really nice Easter egg?
I had a really, really nice Easter egg.
Did you notice anything different about your egg this year?
It was long.
It was long.
And I know
it
that
was a
sounds,
bit skinny
yeah,
and it was a bit long.
It was the wrong shape. Easter eggs have been...
the celebrations and quality tubs have turned to Easter eggs now.
Yeah.
And they're making them smaller as well.
Yeah, this whole shrinkflation thing, it's messing with me. So
It's not egg shape anymore. It's
No.
just an egg.
But it's a bit more egg-shaped rather than egg.
It's an egg.
Yeah, it's like they've stretched it. It was long and thin, and I wasn't too sure what I was getting. Yeah. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this. I got quite a nice Easter egg. It was, it was an American peanut butter flavored one.
It was a Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, I
It's a
can
Reese's
just say it.
Pieces.
That's fine.
It's
It was a
alright.
Reese's Pieces Easter egg. It was really nice.
Easter Bunny left that quite early for you, just in
Well,
case, because we were out for Easter Sunday.
It's all
so-
good. It's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like long egg. Is this a thing? Long egg. Did anyone else experience long egg?
Did anyone else get a long egg? I didn't, because I don't like vegan Easter chocolate.
No.
It tastes wrong.
I know vegan Easter chocolate isn't your thing. I think if you get some dairy-free stuff, it works out to be okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
But that's,
Give me some jelly babies any day of the week, you know?
This is it. I think the Easter Bunny knows that you like jelly sweets. But message in. Tell us. Did you experience? Is long egg worldwide? Is this long egg gate? Is this a thing? Long egg. Long egg is wrong. Why is it? Why has Easter done this to us?
Bryan Adams with Heaven There. Are you okay?
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just get too excited here. It's live radio. good to get back into this. Sorry. So Bryan Adams, he was in Inverness.
He was in Inverness.
He was in Inverness. He did two shows in one day.
Yeah.
Like I've
Good
got to
on
give him his
him.
due. Like that's going some to be
Yeah.
able to do like a matinee and an evening.
And he's so busy.
Forgot my theatre
with his,
terms here.
It's all right.
But he doubled up. He did 2 shows in one day, which I think is going some because he's
He's not a youngster.
No, but he's been performing for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
He's going some, and it's one of 3 dates that he's got in Scotland.
I know, it's
He
not
chose
bad.
to come to Inverness, which I
Yeah.
think's brill,
Mm-hmm.
the Highland capital. And then he's got Aberdeen later on in May,
And
and
Glasgow.
after that. Which I
Ovio,
think,
by any chance?
yeah,
Yeah.
of course it is. You kind of have to, I think, don't you? If you're gonna play Scotland, you end up playing either Edinburgh
Glasgow,
or Glasgow.
Edinburgh.
But like,
Come north.
everyone always ends up
Come
going to
north.
Glasgow. It's nice. We've got a nice atmosphere. We've got Eden Court. It's a nice theatre.
We have Velodrome, we have Gathering, we have Woodstocks, we have other stuff happening.
Yeah, Highlands so busy that Shannon can't even list more than 3 things.
Wow.
Oh, it's that you set
Benjamin.
yourself up for that one. You set yourself up.
I didn't
Come
set
on.
myself up for anything. I just said there's some important events happening in the summer.
There are
Exactly.
important events coming up.
Yeah.
But we've done well. We've had a good. It's been he's done well. It sold out insanely quickly. I don't know
Oh,
if anyone
yeah,
actually tried to get tickets. We tried, I think, 3 different times, and each
Yeah.
time it went a bit sideways.
It was fine. Like, if we didn't get it, that was okay.
I feel like this
But
was
it would
the
have been cool
equivalent.
to be like, we saw Bryan Adams in Inverness.
But
Like,
I do feel like this was the sort of Highland equivalent of trying to get Oasis tickets.
it really was. It was like
a
our own
whole
little
situation.
like Oasis gig situation going
It was.
on.
You thought Ticketmaster was bad. Holy moly! Some other websites did not cope with the amount of traffic
Yeah.
of everyone going, ooh.
Well done to the people in box office, though, because that would have been hard. From someone who works in customer service, that would have been very, very difficult.
Yeah, they would not have enjoyed that.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Shannon, how we doing?
Shall we play Beat Detective?
I guess we will.
Ah, it's my favourite part. I'm so glad this has become like a normal feature now.
You love this.
It's just... I definitely didn't steal it from a very well-known Forces station.
I know, but you enjoy it.
So the idea of this game is I've critically hidden the last song of the show. It's available on Facebook and Instagram just now, Highland Hospital Radio, if you want to search for that. And the answers will give you the song and the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready to have a listen?
Okay.
Okay, so the song is 2 words.
Okay.
You might have one of these if you're a couple. It's as if you don't have a driver's license.
Okay.
Yeah, and the artist, which is also 2 words.
Uh-huh.
Only rabbits leap as grass and roses thrive, leaving ants near daisies. It's a good one.
Beat Detective is like I can guess the year quite well. I like those clues. This gives me a headache every single time you post one.
It's a good puzzle. I'll do it one more time. So, song is 2 words. You might have one of these if you're a couple. It's as if you don't have a driver's license.
Okay.
Our artist is 2 words. Only rabbits leap as grass and roses thrive, leaving ants near daisies.
Ants near daisies.
Ants near daisies. That one's a really good clue. You have to really look at the words to kind of put it all together.
Was that one one of them anonymograms?
I have
You know,
no
where
idea
it's-
what you're saying.
You jumbled about all the letters.
Have I?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Oh,
have to find out.
right. So now I need to go and look at my phone in the middle of a studio rather than being all, vaguely professional and not doing that.
It's not like you haven't been doing that anyway.
I know. I've got my notes
Exactly.
on it. but,
So you can comment your answers on our social media posts if you want to do that, or you can email us at studio@hhr.scot. I would say give us a ring, but as we found out a couple of weeks ago, the phone just goes off. It doesn't just flash. It usually flashes a bit full on rings.
It also gives Shannon quite a big panic, which is
Yeah,
quite
I
funny.
did have a bit of a panic about that. But you know what? If it happens, it happens. And that's totally fine. And I know now we just go into a song instead
Yeah.
of just letting us record. We are going to be playing a bit of this or that.
Woohoo!
So Ben, can you figure out what this or that is about?
So yeah, I know I need to distinguish whether it's a lyric from Pitbull,
Pitbull,
the
yeah.
man himself, or if it's
Mr.
just
Worldwide,
the
Dale.
man of many names. I need to figure out if it's Pitbull or if it's just anyone else.
Yeah, so the this or that for this week is Pitbull or Bull.
Yeah.
It works.
Yes, it is.
It's
Yes,
fine.
it does. Yes, it does.
How well do you know your Pitbull music?
Do you know something? I have to hold my hands up. I bob along to Pitbull because he was never off the radio, but he's
not in the noughties.
He's
no.
not someone that I would be able to explicitly look at a lyric and think instantly, yeah, that's Pitbull. That's
But
Pitbull.
you know what? That's probably like level playing field with everyone else playing.
Mm-hmm.
I think people that even went to see Pitbull down south
couldn't really name a Pitbull lyric.
No, they just went in ball caps and sunglasses and suits, didn't they?
That's
the one.
Yeah. That's the one Pitbull song that everybody knows.
Right. Are you ready then for your first Pitbull or ball?
Okay.
Sipping mojitos with CEOs under the sun, making deals and dancing till the day is done.
Well, that's Pitbull.
That is not Pitbull.
What?
That is Bull. I made that lyric up.
Really?
Yeah, I made that lyric up. I'm being
Holy
serious.
Lord, that sounds very Pitbullable.
Yeah, I know. I don't know whether me and Pitbull just had like tinfoil hats that like connected somehow.
Well.
Your second one is me not working hard. Yeah, right. Picture that with a Kodak.
No, that is Pitbull.
That is Pitbull.
I know
Can you
that
tell
one.
me what the song is?
That is Kodak. I'm pretty sure. Was that not
The
that?
song?
Yeah, the song. Was that not called Kodak?
No.
Oh no, it's Give Me Everything Tonight.
Yeah, Give Me Everything. That had... Was it Jason Derulo in it? No, it wasn't. It was someone else.
If you don't know, don't say.
No, if don't know, don't say. Exactly.
Is
Yep.
it more Pitbull or is it Bull? Who knows?
I'm from the school of the hard knocks. We must not let outsiders violate our blocks.
Oh, that sounds almost like Pink Floydy or something. So I'm gonna say that's Bull. That's
That
not
is
Pitbull.
Pitbull.
Wow.
That's from International Love.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Ready? Worldwide hustle. Every stamp in my passport tells a story of fuego.
That's gotta be. Oh no. Oh, you've caught me off now because that would be like 3 Pitbulls in a row. Fuego. Fuego. I'm gonna say Bull.
It is Bull. It's something I just made up.
That sounds like it could have been like a Jennifer Lopez lyric or something like that.
It could have been like a J-Lo lyric, yeah. From Miami to Madrid, I never sleep. I just dream in beats.
Miami to Madrid.
I never sleep. I just dream in beats.
I'm gonna say Bull.
It
again.
is Bull. Yeah, I made that one up.
Yeah.
Well done. You're doing well. You've got 2 out of 5 just now.
Okay, so that's.
So we're halfway through.
It's not great.
Nah.
Oh, okay, right. I need to step
You
my
got
game up here.
2/5. What's that in percentages? I don't know.
It's no bueno.
30%, something like that. No bueno, indeed. You talk Miami. I talk the world. I talk to God and say, son, you're the one they heard.
That's Pitbull.
That is Pitbull. That's
That's-
from Vida 23 from the album Armado.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty good.
Armando, is it not?
Armando.
Yeah, that's his name.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Armando.
Oh.
Yeah, Pitbull.
Yeah, I couldn't guess. I thought that was, yeah, that's fine. Your next one is I'm not a star. Somebody I lied. I got a chopper in the car. Haha, let me ride. I know.
I got a chopper in the car. Haha, let me
Yeah.
ride. That's Bull.
That is Pitbull.
Oh.
It's from All Right featuring Michael Montango. And yes, that is a Rick Ross reference.
The
chopper situation.
that makes a bit more sense
Yeah,
then. Okay.
exactly. Let me see.
Have we got 1 left?
No, you've
2
got
left?
4 left now.
4? Oof.
And you are on 3.
Yeah,
just
I'm.
now. 3 out of 6. 3 out of 6? 3 out of 6, yeah. Started in a suit, ended on the beach. Business in the day, fiesta on repeat.
Oh. Fiesta on repeat. That feels like it should be a Pitbull lyric, but the way you are smiling about that, I'm gonna say.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna say it's Bull
It
because you are
is
smiling too much.
Absolutely Bull. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something I made up, and yeah, well done. Money isn't everything, but it sure keep the kids in school and the bills paid.
That's got to be a Pitbull lyric. It feels like it should be if it isn't, because he is Mr. sort of motivation there.
He is Mr. Motivation, and that is a Pitbull lyric. That is from Can't Have, featuring Stephen A. Clark and Ape Drums from The Climate Change.
Oh, there we go.
You are currently on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So it's getting better. It's
Okay.
almost a pass.
If I can salvage these 2, that'll help.
Gold chains, jet planes, champagne, all in a day's work. Dale.
The fact this is what's going to catch me out here is that I'm gonna say this is Pitbull. I feel like that is a Pitbull lyric.
Do you know what? I might as well just tweet Pitbull at this moment in time because that was Bull. That was me.
Ah,
That was me making that. So
Man.
you got 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, it's all good. I can live with that. You know what? 6 out of 10.
Mhm.
It's not great, but Pitbull lyrics are not easy things to figure out in the
No.
first place because he likes to go back on himself and almost undo what he says. Like
Yeah,
he breaks
pretty
it
much.
back to like a positive out of a negative and a negative into a positive.
That's
and
the lyric, yeah.
He's Mr. Confusing. I'm not going to lie.
He
He's
is
not Mr.
Mr.
Worldwide.
He
He's
is
Mr. Confusing.
Worldwide.
Confusing.
Yeah. He gives great advice on how to shave his hair to make sure it looks like pristine every time as well.
Do you know something?
Have you heard about this?
He has the shiniest scalp probably
does.
going on the planet. He is a man who looks after the top of his head very well.
And if no one's actually heard of Pitbull, we're going to play some now, just so everyone can get an idea of how fun this guy seems to be.
Oh, yeah.
We're playing Fireball. We're just coming up to the end of your Saturday drop-in, which means it's time to reveal what this week's Beat Detective was. The song was 2 words. You might have one of these if you're a couple. It's as if you don't have a driver's license. And the artist is 2 words as well. Only rabbits leap as grass and roses thrive, leaving ants near daisies.
I've no idea.
You have no idea.
Honestly,
Did you get the song reference?
None of it. All of it. I've been sitting here hammering my brain, going back and forth on ants near daisies, and I have absolutely no clue what it could be. Initially, I thought it was like a song from the film Ants. I was like, were there daisies in that? Seriously,
that's
I've
a throwback. Ants, the
racked
film.
my brain,
Wow.
and I've got no clue.
So you might have one of these if you're a couple. It's as if you don't have a driver's license. What does that refer to? Someone's being a backseat driver, right?
Backseat driver,
and then
okay.
the artist to be fair, this song that she came out last year, Ola Gartland.
Oh.
Someone I play on the Favourites Mix quite a lot. So if you look at the first letter of every word in the clue for artist, it spells Ola Gartland.
Oh.
And it's a great song as well. I believe me and Tom are back next week, so you're just going to hide away ready for your next outside broadcast.
Probably, yeah. I'll go back in the cupboard.
Exactly. Thank you for joining, though.
That's all right. Thank you
That's
very
all right.
much
I
to
was
everyone
talking
for
to the listeners, but
well,
I guess I'll see you next week, and I'll see you when we get home.
Yeah, I suppose.
Take care. Ben,
Yes.
I found out we've been eating digestive biscuits wrong. Have you seen this?
No, we
Yeah.
can't. How can you
we
eat a
have.
biscuit wrong?
A digestive biscuit.
Is
why I
this
bought
right?
Bickies.
Hold on. Is this going to be the debate of like chocolate side down versus biscuit side down,
Yes.
and like which bit gets stuck in your teeth worst, and all this? Oh, there's a whole thing about this.
No,
so
not that bit.
I'm going to hold my hands up here. I have been a big fan of the Oaties since they came out.
The Oaties.
Yeah, that's what they were called. They were initially like rebranded as McVitie's Oatie biscuits, right?
Okay.
And you will see that on the packet. They will have an Oatie.
Oh, the
thing on them.
OT one now,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
But originally they were called McVitie's Oaties, right?
Okay.
And I had this whole thing, and I really enjoyed them because essentially it's a porridge biscuit. Don't judge me, it's what it is. It's a porridge biscuit. I saw that break of like, what is he talking about? But,
You
Oaties,
saw it.
porridge biscuits.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of this whole chocolate side down malarkey.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but Digestives have officially said that it's chocolate side down.
Well,
There's people that currently listen to this podcast whilst up in the wards waiting for the tea and coffee lady coming round, tea and coffee person. And they can now educate them on how to eat their chocolate biscuits.
or you can just eat the biscuit. I'm not going to lie. Like, how do you eat a digestive biscuit? You eat the packet. That's how. You don't just eat one.
We don't have digestives in, but we have the hobnob,
exactly,
which is the closest we could get to a digestive. But
which
apparently
I
it's-
prefer. No. You've broken the rule. I'm going to say this as well. The bearded man is going to come back next week and give you a grilling about eating in the studio.
That'd be fine. I kind of get it though, because I like a good chalky biscuit.
You do like a bicky.
I do like a bicky. I try not to go near the bickies, but with a nice cup of coffee, a nice decaf coffee with a bicky. Oof. But like chocolate side down makes sense for the sensory of the tongue, instead of like crumbly.
I'd rather just eat the biscuit. I'd rather just eat the packet, to be honest. Do you know what? Realistically, I think biscuits are stored the wrong way as well. I think as they go into a packet, they shouldn't all be really uniform with chocolates facing one way and biscuits facing the other. I think they should be chocolate to chocolate, biscuit to biscuit, so that you can eat them like a sandwich and really enjoy them. Because
But if you only want one at a time.
who eats one biscuit at a time? Who eats one biscuit unless you're like sitting down in someone's house after they've like offered you a biscuit off of a plate and there's one of each biscuit type on the plate and you've got to play the dangerous roulette game of who am I going to upset if I take their favourite biscuit?
I didn't think this would be such a
like
harsh point to bring up.
my biscuits. I like my eggs. I'm a man of simple means, right? Long egg gate is still a problem for me, but this chocolate biscuit malarkey is just.
What's your favourite biscuit? I should know this.
You probably should actually.
Oh no.
What
Put
is
me on
my
the spot.
favourite biscuit, Shannon? Oh man, that's a real pause right there. That's some
Do
riveting
you want the ring
podcast
back?
listening.
Sorry. Oh my god, what is it? It's just whatever, isn't it?
It's not whatever.
You eat any biscuit.
I have biscuits that I won't eat. Not many of them, but
Yeah,
I'm sure
exactly.
they do exist. Like,
You love a pink wafer.
I do like a pink wafer, but I can't have a lot of them because my problem with them is they just gum up your teeth. Whereas
I love them because they don't have any milk in them.
exactly, but that's why you like bourbons as well. But I'm pretty sure that you would have been a bourbon person before you
I
found
was a
out they were
bourbon
dairy
person
free.
prior,
Yeah,
and I was really gutted to think, oh, I couldn't have a bourbon, and then I checked the ingredients, and I'm like, it's oil-based, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know, custard cream. You're not really a custard cream.
I don't mind
Shortbreads?
custard creams. You know what? No, I actually really don't like
Do
shortbread.
you not like a shortbread?
No, it's too dry. It's too crumbly. There's too much faff. I don't like the way it's got the wrong kind of mouth feel. It's just, shortbread isn't for me. Shortbread is one of those things that I was fed so much of because everyone was convinced. Oh, everyone likes shortbread. Oh, you have a biscuit.
Yeah.
Oh, you have some shortbread. Oh, yeah, you have some nice shortbread. No. Stop the shortbread nonsense. Give me something good.
It's
None
not.
of this bottom tier biscuit nonsense.
Do you like a jammy Dodger?
I love a good jammy dodger.
Is that your favourite?
No, it's up there,
Oh,
but I
no.
like it.
What's better than a jammy Dodger? I don't really like jammy Dodgers.
You ready for it? It's going to be controversial when I say this.
Oh, go on then.
It's a wagon wheel.
No, wagon wheel. Well, that's more of a cake, though, isn't it?
It's not. It's right. Right.
I wasn't allowed wagon wheels as a kid. I'm sorry.
That's
like,
fine. It's not a cake. It's a biscuit.
Okay. These biscuits are great, though.
I know they are.
Sorry, Donnie.
You're going to be in trouble. You are going to get in so much trouble for this.
It's just for one biscuit.
It's a one biscuit. Is it really? I don't really know.
But yeah, when we were talking about the whole long egg
Egggate.
gate, whatever. What's next?
What's next to shrinkflate?
Yeah, because advent
Oh.
calendars did very secretly. Do you remember there used to be the 25th window? And
So-
now you can only get 25th if you get like the luxury advent
See,
calendars.
I don't know about this. I think you still get 25ths on quite a lot of advent
Yeah,
calendars.
but for
I
your
think
standards, £2 ones that are with very well-known brands on them, they're
Yeah.
24. Are they going to go down to 23?
No, you can't do that.
You couldn't do it to an egg, but they did.
Yeah, but right, okay, hold on. I'm going to say this now. There has been a problem with cocoa supplies. So surely it depends on what you get. If you get something that is cocoa-based, if you get a chocolatey thing,
Yeah.
then yeah, there's going to be an element of shrinkflation in there because they're going to have to meet a certain cost and there's going to have to be a certain amount that you get, right?
Bear with us whilst Business Ben talks about.
But the way you get around this is you don't go down the route of chocolate.
But chocolate is like just...
I know
it's a
chocolate's
part
chocolate,
of,
but like...
it's part of the annual traditions of things and stuff, isn't
But the
it?
way
Like,
you can get around this is by going big. Go for something different for your advent calendar. Shannon, what did I get you as an advent calendar before we found out you were lactose intolerant?
cheese.
Yeah, I
It was
think
great.
it was horrendous. It
It
was
was
the worst
amazing.
month I've ever had to deal with
I was in
because
so much pain.
oh
I just thought it was the cheese.
no, it was not the cheese. It was
My body going, you're lactose intolerant now.
it was
Bing.
it was your stomach screaming in pain at you whilst
tell
you
you
just
what.
kept absolutely demolishing little blocks of cheese because you would save them up for like 3 or 4 days at a time and then just have an evening where you would rinse half a block of cheese in a wanna.
Yeah.
It was like these little bite-sized pieces that were maybe sort
Applewood
of like
cheese was amazing.
yeah, but you shouldn't have eaten like 30 pieces of cheese in one go. Well, it wasn't 30 pieces of cheese, but in all fairness, I
It
think
was
you
a good standard.
you did have a period where I think you didn't eat any for like 10 days, and then you did nothing but eat 10 pieces of cheese in a wanna.
They were only like little bite-sized bits, so I thought I'd be fine.
Spoiler, she was not in
No,
fact
it's
fine.
not.
We found out she was lactose intolerant. Yeah, go down a different route, try something else. You get all sorts of advent calendars these days.
Christingles turn into Satsumas. Holiday Gate.
Oh, what? Eh?
Christingles. Yeah, I had a Christingle before.
Yeah, it's
Big
an orange.
orange
It's just an orange
with
with a candle in
candle.
it.
No. What does the orange represent? You should know this.
No, I don't.
Orange represents the world.
Okay.
Candle represents the light.
Of,
sweets-
Oh, right. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
God's
yeah,
light.
Yeah. Yeah. all right.
Sweets represent the trees.
Yeah.
Fruit.
Yeah.
And the tape represents something. I
There's
think
tape?
it's like, yeah, it's like red tape that goes around the orange.
Oh.
But that could be the next shrink-gate. That could be a Satsuma next year.
It could. Or we could just,
Put the LED light on it because health and safety.
they don't get as hot.
You
in all
never used to
fairness.
make like Christingles and stuff.
I'm sure I
at
did,
school.
but Shannon, I don't remember. I don't think back to my primary school days because, funnily enough, I progressed in life a little bit past the point of just I didn't have a teacher running around the room desperately trying to stop children snacking on oranges that they would put on their desk. It was...
No, we never did it at school. Like, me and Mum would go down to, like, church.
Well, there you go then. That's
but
your
then
answer.
we used to come back with our Christingles, and Mum used to make hot orange juice. Like, she used to heat it up. It's so good. It's so warming, a hot orange juice. Yeah.
Can we not talk about hot orange juice? Because that can't
with
be...
bits.
I'd rather just drink Club Orange.
Sunny D.
I don't know.
Tropicana.
Sunny D was like... That level of orange wasn't natural. Sunny D orange was like... That was the definition of food colouring orange. There was no actual orange in that. As much as people were convinced there was maybe like orange skin in Sunny D.
Yeah.
That was it.
So thanks for joining.
That's all right. Thank you very much for having me on. I know I'm not Tom. I'm sort of... I'll describe myself because
you have a degree in radio.
But yeah, no, I'm sort of inverse Tom. Tom has, no hair on top and a beard. I have hair on my head and no hair on my chin. So it kind of works out.
Okay.
Inverse Tom.
Inverse Tom. Well, thanks for coming, Inverse Tom.
That's all right.
Appreciate it. Would you come back again if all else fails and no other presenter could? If I wasn't in and it was Tom?
As long as I'm in my window of being out my cupboard, sure. Yeah.
During the summer?
Yeah. As long as it's during the summertime. Yeah, I can just about cope with that.
Okay.
No worries.
Well, thanks for joining on the Saturday podcast. We'll be back next week with... Tom will be back. And your usual guest of the year, Beat Detective, usual chit-chat, all that stuff.
Standard malarkey.
Yeah, and if you want to message into the podcast as well, the email is socials@hhr.scot. If you've got anything to talk about, whatever is happening, just give us a ring.
Do you want a shout out?
See you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.